Alright, Beans, we're gonna be doing something very experimental right now. I don't know what the heck we will be doing here, but we will be doing something, okay? So I was thinking about maybe drawing some shapes, maybe like doing something different for a while. Is anything working right now for me? Like, I feel like nothing is currently working. Okay, there we go. So we are gonna be doing some weird stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to do something at the moment. I don't know what we are gonna be doing. We're just gonna be trying to be artistic or something like that. I'm not sure. Like a bunch of this. I didn't really play much around with these settings here. Reconstruct tool, I guess it's like reconstructing. So that's kind of cool. What's that? Clockwise. Okay, what's that? Packer tool. Ooh, there's like a bunch of things that you can just do, you know, like there's different tools that you can use. Face aware, liquefy, whatever that means, eyes, mouth. Like, this is like so weird, but might actually be kind of fun to play with. I'm not sure. Mask options, mask all, we can use masks as well. I never actually used masks and I still got around everything and I still can do all of the effects that people say. Like the only thing that I do is like clipping things. If that's called as masking things, I'm not sure. But yeah, I just want to make something because I'm also working on a big game inside of Unreal Engine. So I want to make like some textures for it. It's like a huge game. It's not like a small game or anything. It's like a huge project that I've been like wanting to really work on. Just need to see what's like the best for this. Like a square. We could make it like a bit messed up here and then try to do something with this. Can also have like different effects. We can make it into like a GIF like this, like an electronic kind of vibe with this. That's kind of cool. I already kind of like it. You could pixelate it further by fragmenting it. Fragmenting it is maybe a bit too much. Meso, I don't know what that is. It's like fine dots. Short lines. Oh yeah, we can make it kind of like this, so it looks even more long lines, more glitchy, long strokes. It's kind of cool. I like it so far. Like I said, we're just like playing around inside of all of this. I don't know what we're gonna be doing here. It's just like something. Ridges. Ooh, okay, yeah, we could make like some fun stuff. Out from center. I don't know what that means, but it does look kind of promising. Now we have like sort of a texture here. What else could we use? There's like a lot of filters. So we can use vanishing point. I know what the vanishing point is. Like I haven't tried playing with that stuff. Select, move, resize piece. Okay. And we press OK. It didn't do anything. Okay. What a useless filter. Or maybe I just don't know what it's like used for. Lens correction. What's that supposed to be? Straighten tool. Remove distortion. I have no clue what this is. Okay. 3D. We can generate a bump map. We could just do it right now. Why not? Generating a bump map, filter, 3D, generate, or maybe like normal map first. Okay. Okay, so we have a blur here that we can use. We can also make it more sharp. We could make everything more sharp. Then we have a detail scale of 120. Then we make it like this. Then we kind of have a normal map that we can also put on top to make it look a little bit more crazy. So we can make it look like this, which is also kind of cool. And we can fuse both of them together. Then we get that, whatever that's supposed to be. Then we can actually grab ourselves a new tool, maybe like a new thing, a new shape. And we could just put this shape here. Then once we have the shape here, we just make the following. We make a stroke like this. Then we remove the fill like that. Then we rasterize the layer style. Then we select the circle again. Then we go and select oh no, I need to first press Control on this one. I keep messing up the key. I've used Photoshop for such a long time. And when I say long time, like a really long time, but I still never learned the key bindings because I was always too lazy to learn them. So now we got like a circle like this, which is kind of nice. So we have this, which already looks really epical, honestly. It's really, really epic. Now we can just make something cool, maybe like a cool background, like this, maybe. We could also, what we could also be doing is we could give all of this a stroke from the inside, and then we make that color like bluish like this, maybe. And since it's really not much, we can just remove the fill, and now we have like sort of like a grid pattern, kind of like this. And now we have an outer glow that will decrease in size, and we'll also take away some of the glow. Now we have this. And now what I can be doing is like adding another stroke here, making it pink, essentially just removing the circle again, but making that stroke bigger, kind of like this, I guess. Then we need to rasterize it again, because otherwise it's gonna do some funky stuff and it's not gonna be doing the correct thing. So we do this. Now we already kind of have a wallpaper, if I'm being honest here. Like we do kind of have a wallpaper, which is kind of crazy already. But we can go even deeper with this. We can add a Gaussian blur like this and make it really high, kind of like that. That adds a glow on top of the glow, which is kind of crazy. Or we can also just move it around like this. So it's kind of like the background fog that we just made. And we can also flip it horizontally, so it's also like evened out in a way. And we can still optimize it. We can like remove some of the parts that are like sticking out like this. You know, like we can literally just fix a lot of these things. We put it under it, then we make it like 50 or something, so it's just background fog. Then we copy this again, and then we make like something completely crazy with this. We just like invert it. Then we go into hue and saturation, and then we make it like a cool color. Or maybe we don't invert it and we just make it what we should be doing here. We can like stylize it a bit more. We can extrude it. Maybe you could like extrude it with like 50 depth 2, maybe. This could look cool. I'm not sure. Nothing's happening. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna be trying to stylize. Oil paint. How would that look like? Looks a bit weird. I don't really see what happened here, so I'm just gonna be ignoring this now. But what we're gonna be doing here is definitely perspective, because the perspective is what makes things extremely interesting as well. For this, we also need to move out a little bit. Now we have also a different perspective on this. So we can do this and then do something freaky like this. So now we have like a wall here, which is kind of cool. And that's like our background wall for the wall that we have here, you know. So we kind of have like a double texture that is like behind it and also in front of it. And what we could be doing here is like add a gradient. Then you can already see where we're heading. We have like a glow down there, which kind of looks really cool. Could make it also a different color, but it kind of fits with the circle. So we're gonna be rasterizing all of this right now. So we have the background. Then we select the filter at the top. Then we go into noise, add noise. You can make the noise as much as you want it to be. You can also make it Gaussian, which is kind of making it look kind of crazy because there's way more going on, as you can see. You can also just make it black and white, which also does look really nice. That's what I usually use. It always adds like a little bit of a texture to it. I did also, however, download like some things that are kind of difficult to make, but I'm gonna see if I can do something else. We're gonna add another filter on top, which is gonna be a gradient again, and then we're gonna do radial reverse, and then we have something like this. So it kind of goes around this whole scene, which also makes it look pop a little bit better as well. So we can make it how strong we want it to be. I'm just gonna make it like 42% because that's enough. You can also make it like bigger or shorter, doesn't matter. It's just important that you play around. Don't like get discouraged because of AI or something like that, you know, just like keep doing it and eventually you get like really freaking good at it. You know, you can just mess around with anything. We can also, instead of letting the program do everything, we can also just draw our own stuff in here, you know, like you can draw our own forms and all of this, you know, like we can draw something like this with the pen tool. Then we have a selection here that we can make. Then we just make like a gradient, kind of like this, like on each side. Like we make like some short gradients that kind of make like a shape in some way, like sort of like a shape, kind of like this. And then you can already see that this is already starting to look really freaking good. Now we can add like a shadow to this. It looks very strong because I have it like very strong, set on very strong. So that's why it's like that. So yeah, we can also make it like pop out just before like this. It doesn't really matter how we do it. It's just for reference, you know, you don't have to do this, obviously. You can also just add an outer glow and see what works best for you. This is also kind of cool. So we have like this thing with the glow going on. So we have this glow here now. And okay, we can do more shapes. We can fix shapes. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Just be artistic, you know, like do whatever you like doing and make sure that you just have fun. You know, when you don't like what you're doing, then it's kind of meaningless, because you have to do something that you like doing. And if you don't like what you're doing, then stop. Like, seriously. So yeah, we have this here, which kind of looks like a audio spectrum, which is kind of freaking cool, honestly. We put it right there on the left side, and we can just create a copy of it. Or maybe to make things a little bit easier to make it pop off to the other side, we can just Control C, then Control J. And then, I'm not on Mac, I don't know the comments on Mac, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, just to make it a bit unified, you can see it here. Now it's like both equally like symmetrical on both sides. So now we have something like that, you know, like it's kind of nice, looks kind of cool. Then we add just like an inner glow maybe to make things pop even more. Like we can make it like something like this. Doesn't really matter too much. Or maybe we make a bevel even. Yeah, the bevel kind of looks nice. That looks kind of like a special texture for it as well. We just always like just play around, like find something that you like doing, you know, like we can even bevel this as well. This might actually also look really cool. Yeah, see, like this is starting to look like really professional, and we don't really do much here, you know, like it's just starting to look like this because we're just experimenting. And once you start experimenting, you're gonna see like so much more cool shit, because you're just willing to experiment with stuff. So we have this here. I'm just gonna save. Then what I'm gonna do is I might add another shadow just to make, oh no, I don't think I want to make another shadow for this. We could add something else for it, or maybe we just make a copy of it, then we make a pinch, a big pinch, kind of like this. This also kind of looks nice. Yeah, we make the pinch, then we go into liquify again. Then we choose like the liquify tools. We're gonna be working with the tools like what we did before. We're just gonna mess around with the things here so we can make like some liquid textures. Very cool. So now we have this liquid texture that could easily just be black. Now we could make a clipping mask. Usually, like that's the only mask thing that I ever did, was like most of the time just clipping masks, if I did some masks. And we noticed it does look like trash. It doesn't look that good, so we can just try to like mess around with this a little bit more, you know, like how can we improve this? Like, is there something that we can do? Maybe have a different color, maybe have something like this, or maybe this, or something that makes it pop out more, you know, makes it look kind of cool and stuff, you know. So we're just gonna take this here. And now what we're gonna be doing is the following. We're gonna be doing something crazy now. I haven't tried that out much. It's wind blast from the right. Might look also kind of cool. Now we have a different option as well that we can be doing, which is extruding pyramids 500 depth. Oh my goodness, 20. I don't know exactly what happened here. I'm just gonna release it. We have something cool here, but I'm not fully happy with it. we have something here. I like this pattern, I like the top left pattern, but I don't like most of this stuff here in the middle, so I'm gonna remove that. So we just have this here and this here. You also kind of need to train your eye, and that's not something that will work over sleeping for one night, you know, like it will take time. It will, like, you have no choice but like just be patient with yourself and be patient in general until you get like an eye for this stuff. Yeah, yet again, we just choose like whatever color we like. Maybe we color pick something. Now we have something for the background again. We didn't actually plan to do something for the background, but it just happened, so we take it. Now we gonna make it a bit less visible. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's just supposed to be like a random wallpaper that we're doing here right now. Don't judge me. Just something random. We can add another bevel just to see what happens. It's also kind of cool. We just copy and paste this on top of it again. We do some crazy stuff now. Mosaic, maybe. No mosaic. Stylize, find edges, solarize, tiles, emboss. Emboss would be cool. Oh yeah, I can see something cool with this. Can feel like we could be doing something crazy with this if we have the right thing. This is a bit much though. I'm not a fan of this. So we're just gonna keep it like this and then see. It's like some things that I could improve on. I could just add some exposure to it, kind of like this. So we just have a wide thing, so it looks more minimalistic, kind of like how we doing it right now. I love it when it kind of looks minimalistic and easy and not so difficult, you know. I'm gonna like make it a little bit like as if it's like vanishing. Might also add like a cool effect. Yeah, we have like a cool little thing going here with like some vanishing things. Yeah, I kind of do like it. But that's like, you might have loved how it looked like before, but I'm just like trying to like be creative, you know, like I'm just trying to, I'm not really trying, it just flows, honestly, right now, like it just flows. So we're just gonna remove those parts that are on top of this, so we have more space to fill. Oh, this looks kind of like a good wallpaper right now. Honestly, a good wallpaper. What I want to do now is like I just want to try if anything would change this. Oh yeah, this kind of does pop, make it pop a lot more. Which kind of does look really nice. Could make it a bit less like this at the top, but for this I need to rasterize it. Then remove some parts of this, then remove some of this. It does look kind of nice. There's just some parts that are a bit bright. Then we just copy and paste it a bunch like this, or maybe just once, and then make it like maybe not too bright. Then we add like a group for it. Then we make small changes, you know, like small tiny changes where I think it looks kind of bad. We're just gonna remove those little nudges and stuff. Still not a huge fan of what we're doing here, but I think we're getting somewhere, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna be doing something now. You're gonna be doing a brightness thing. We need to rasterize both. Now we need to expose a bit of the thing here. It looks a bit more corrected this way. Looks kind of like as if at the top there's supposed to be something, but there's nothing there. We could make something pop like this. Maybe like the opposite color, or maybe we keep it kind of like this. So there's like just a dark creeping in at the top or something like that. It's kind of cool. I do like it. It looks a bit more ominous than before, which is kind of cool. And we just have to find like the right patterns for this, the right structures. Like just make something that you like doing, you know, you don't have to force yourself to do anything. So what I like doing is also making really cool little spiky things. I don't know why, it just looks so good most of the time. It makes it makes the whole thing a little bit pop out more, especially when I try to like make new things or like just try to play around a little bit. I think the VR thing is currently like breaking a little bit sometimes. So what we want to do here is the following. We want to rotate this again, or maybe make something horizontally, kind of like this, and we just put it somewhere over here. Like you can see that we're making like a new pattern now out of nothing. We just created this literally out of nothing. Then we could also add like a highlighting feature for this. We make it a bit smaller, kind of like this. Then we Gaussian blur it. Gaussian blur, not too much, kind of like this. So there's like a bigger glow in the middle. So now we have some artwork that we can use for the top maybe as well, or like for the middle section, whatever. Yeah, this kind of looks like a prism now, which is kind of cool. Could add like a bevel again. I really like to play around with the bevel because it makes like shiny things. Makes it look like so shiny sometimes. Sometimes it does like wild stuff. That's why I like playing around with this. Also make it black. Or maybe make it white and then make this black. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, this makes like for a really cool texture for this. It looks a bit shitty right now, but it's totally fine because we can work with this. Just have to drop a shadow. It's a bit more viewable, maybe. So now we have like a little prism that we have here in the middle, which does look a bit weird, but that's totally fine because we're gonna play around with it until we can't play around with it anymore. And until we like it. So we're just gonna emboss it maybe even. We're gonna remove the height. Just gonna place around, maybe 90 could be good. We're just gonna try some things out. Sometimes it doesn't look good, but sometimes it becomes like really, really good, especially when we play around with color balance. Like we make the whole thing like more in tune with what we want. So we have like whatever we like for the scene. Like you're starting to see like this is actually fitting in more, which is exactly what I was aiming for. it's gonna start to look fitting. And it's starting to pop more, you know, like, so we have this. I'm not sure what's this supposed to be right now. I have no clue. We're just gonna remove the middle section here. Kind of like this. Or maybe we keep it. I'm not sure, like, that's the thing for, like, when I just make something. I'm gonna do, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Sharpen, render. There's so much to choose from. Pixelate, stylize, extrude, tiles. We're gonna try to extrude again. Gonna make blocks, and we're gonna make the depth like 200. Make it random. Okay, this does look very weird. I really wanna try with like some of these things. I just wanna try them out right now because I've never used them. High pass, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Video. Solarize. What happens if we invert it again? Oh, okay, this looks very promising, honestly. This looks very promising. Kind of like it. At the same time, we have to make sure that it's this right now, so we can go back into color balance. So we just inverted the whole thing. So we can make the whole thing look much more fitting again. But for this to happen, we need to make it. We need to make it the color that we want to have. Are we making like kind of gold here now? Looks like more golden. Looks kind of cool. Yeah. So we have something like this now, which does look kind of cool, but I'm not fully happy with this. You know, maybe we invert it one more time. No, I think this is okay. Just need to make sure that we have shadow. Inner shadow. Yeah, that works better. Okay. Distance, choke. Okay, yeah, we can only do it like this. So we're gonna just keep it like this. Then we can see what kind of modes we could do here for the background. We could make it a color burn. We could make it whatever we like it to be for it to fit in. Doesn't really matter what we choose here. We could make it lighten so it fits more into the scene. Then we add a distortion. We make it a zigzag. We just make it like kind of like this now. I'm not sure what I want to do here right now. Mosaic, render, sharpen, noise, distort, stylize. Like there's a lot, you know, like a lot. Okay, that's kind of cool. That makes it like really cool, honestly. Stylize, tiles. You're gonna make the tiles like 100. Maximum, okay, it's 99. Maximum offset is gonna be 25. Okay, 100 is maybe too much. So we're gonna make it 15. And then kind of like this. I like how it like disintegrates and like it just leaves. It just becomes like this weird effect that we now have. You know, like it literally just becomes like a weird like glitch effect in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. So now what we're gonna be doing, we're just gonna play with distortion. So we're gonna be moving this around quite a bit. So we have something that is looking very promising. You don't want to distort it too much. Kind of like how it looks like right now, but we still need to make it the color that we want it to be. So in this case, we're gonna go for a blue. Like, kind of like a blue like this. More saturation. And we have like tiles that are like there, but they're not really there, you know, that makes it look really interesting. Can also just make it multiply. Or darken. It's like whatever we want. Can also do color dodge, which also looks kind of cool. I do like the color dodge. Now we have something like this, which looks very, very promising, and we can actually make it look even better by adding an iris blur in the middle. So these little rectangles that we have, they turn like a little bit more invisible because we're doing this right now. So like they look a little bit more inside of this whole thing, you know, which makes it look really freaking cool. And this looks like we're destroying like the background, you know, like we're kind of creating like sort of like a new texture for the background, which does look really cool. I'm not sure what I want to do here now. There's a photo filter I could be using, I guess. It's like a lot of filters that you can just be using. You can just play around with whatever color you like the most. And then you can press Ctrl J, and then we can also make like maybe a glitch effect would be looking kind of cool. Yeah, it does look very cool. Like this glitch effect does look very cool. Yeah, sometimes you're not allowed to merge them back together because that's gonna ruin the effect. But it does look kind of cool. We can now go for maybe a fisheye effect or something like that, which would mean that we pinch it a bit like this. And then we do the same thing with this. So we have like a fisheye effect, which I could put over the whole screen if I wanted to right now. So we have like a fisheye effect now. So we can make this go over the entire screen. Or maybe we just keep it like this. I do really like how this looks like right now, but I don't know where to put it. I could make this like a separate animation maybe. Or this could be like a glow or something like that we just make. You know, this could be like a tiny little thing. Like it could literally just be like a small little glow here. Little over, like a little crazy glow for like a font or something like that. You can see like little stars that are just around. That's what it could look like. Yeah, I do like the idea of this, honestly. I think we're gonna be doing this. We're just gonna take those and we're gonna make little stars that are like floating around in the scene like this. You're just gonna also make sure that you rotate them, that you maybe change the size to make them look like unique in a way. So make them like look a bit nicer. You can also fix them because as you can see, they look a little bit off. By fixing them, I mean like genuinely just take like the sharp edges and try to like remove them if possible. Like try to remove the sharp edges from the stars here, kind of like so. So you just have this weird pattern that like expands and stuff. You can even like copy and paste it a bunch so it looks a bit more drastic. So now you have this, and you have more. You have even more than that. You can make it like this, and then you have something in the middle here that is just staring at you. Kind of like that. You can always like play around. Make sure that you play around with those things. I would definitely save this as a brush or something. I could maybe save this as a brush. So I could maybe like save this as a brush. But this is like getting really cool, I think. And you could also, if you want to top things off and be completely crazy, you can also add like a motion blur to the crystals as well. That means you go to the blur gallery and you just add a motion blur to it, meaning that it's gonna have like motion. It's literally called like that, motion blur. So it's gonna have a certain motion in a certain direction that you choose, which we can be doing here, which I will be doing on both. I'm just gonna add the motion blur on both, and now you can see this little star actually looks like a star now, like a tiny little star. You can also make it further into a star by literally just copy and pasting it a bunch, and now it literally looks like a star. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, and now you can just use that, what you just did, and then put everything together here. Then it looks a little bit weird like that, but it doesn't really matter because it looks really cool. It does look very promising as well. So like you're just gonna get this, and then you're gonna paste it somewhere on the scene. Like you're just gonna paste it a bunch. You know, like you're literally just gonna paste it a bunch of times. And you're just gonna put it somewhere else. You can also change the color of it with hue and saturation. Make it like pink instead. Have it somewhere over here. It's just up to you, you know, like it doesn't really matter. Just, it's always nice to like do something interesting. Honestly, we could just leave them there, and I kind of do want to remove those two. Or make them bigger or something like that. I do want to make something with them. I don't know what exactly I want to do with them, but it looks kind of cool. Oh, I just need to do color dodge again, and then it's fine. That's the same thing again. Now I can just play around with it, which is way better. So I can just remove some parts where I think it's not good. Kind of like this. And now we have like a really cool little thing that we made. Can play around with the levels, obviously. Like this. I can make it less. You can make it more. Can make it even less, and then we can turn this into like another texture that we just put on top of the whole scene. You know, like we can just like make a glitch effect, kind of like this. And then we move some of this, and then we just put this like around here. Now and then you just copy this again. Then you have like a bunch of like little glitch arrows. Then that you make. Then you select all of those. Oh god. And then select all of those. Then color dodge again. Then you copy and paste it on the other side, basically. Okay, wait, let me first find... You should definitely also name your shit, but I never end up doing it because I'm stupid. So we're doing color dodge here again. We can also just experiment what looks nicest. We can also do this, so that looks weird, like color dodge. We do another color dodge, and then we have a copy of this, which makes it look even more intriguing. I'm actually gonna keep it like that because it looks cool. That looks actually really cool when it's doubled. Looks really, really like, it looks like intriguing in a sense. Oh my god, it starts looking even better now. So we're gonna do another color dodge add. So now we have like our own cyberpunk texture that we just made. And we started with nothing, remember? We had like absolutely nothing, and now we have all of this, which looks kind of cool. Yeah. So we have this now, and now we're gonna rotate it so we can put it like all over the scene if we wanted to. Like, it doesn't really matter, we just put it all over the scene where we want it to be. Or maybe it's enough here and there, like a little bit here and there, you know. It's really, really good looking. We're gonna obviously save it under like wallpaper. I will also make this like a free wallpaper for everyone to use, so you can just get it for yourself for free. Like, you can just download all of this. I will keep all of the layers like this for you. I might like name some things so you can even use those stars and stuff. So yeah, I might even name some of them. Okay, do it kind of like this because there was not enough apparently. So we do another color dodge, then I just call this. Then I just call this stars. So you know where to find this. I'm just gonna put this in a folder for you, so you can just like grab it there. I'm gonna put a color on it. I'm sorry, like, if this does not look as great as you wish it to be, but I'm gonna at least make it kind of like this, so you know that this is there for you to just grab if you want and steal. You can just do it, I don't mind it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this down there. We can add some more here. Like, it's just up to you how you want it to be. It just does really not matter what you do. You can also release water bucket release. You can literally just... Oh my god, how many are there? There are like 4 of them. Okay, we need to add another color dodge for now. Also, you can also make it different. You can just like hide all basically, and then you export the color dodged version, and then you just import it back into Photoshop again, and then it will literally just be, you know, the version that you want to have for it, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't want to mess this up now. I'm just scared that I'm making it look too much. There's like a bunch that I don't like. I don't like the stars at the top here too much, honestly. Look a bit too much there. This looks kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Honestly. Honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah, this does look really nice with just 3 of them. Color dodge like this. Yes. Okay, maybe add was the wrong one, so we're gonna just keep it like this. You can also just try something crazy again. You can make it like really small and make it kind of like this. And now we have something like this where you can make something else with it. We can just make like a new star with this. We can keep playing around until we have something that we do enjoy and that we do like. So we just keep playing around with this. Then maybe rasterize it again. Then have a color dodge. Have like this. So we do have like a spotlight on some parts. So this kind of looks like a spotlight now. And we should maybe make it a bit smaller at the top because it doesn't make sense that it's like this big there. Could make it like kind of like this. I think that's better. Yeah, we could add another one here. Just really depends, like at the point where like the thing shines the most, you know, it makes sense to maybe make it shine there as well. You know, like it doesn't really matter where you put it. It's just like, so it like shines a little bit more, looks a bit more shiny. Can make it a bit smaller depending on like how big everything is, kind of like that. And then once you're like happy with all of this, it does look kind of nice. I'm just gonna go back to this right now. I want to move this around a little bit. I don't know why. I just want to move this around. I just want to move this around. Like at the top here, maybe. You can even make some crazy effects. Like this already looks kind of cool like this. So we could rotate it and maybe make something else that looks maybe even better. I see something right now that you don't see, but in my head I see something that looks epical as heck, because I think this is gonna look so good, and it does look really good, but I keep misclicking because I'm funny. So now we have something like this, and we can duplicate it. Then we scale it, so it's like big like this, or maybe scale it a bit bigger. And then we just make it, I don't know what we're gonna make it. Yeah, we can make something like this. This looks like a texture on top of the whole thing, which does make this thing here look a bit more crazy, honestly. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep it removed, I guess. I'm not quite sure what to do here right now. I'm just messing around again. Like I said, just messing around. Could also make a second wallpaper out of this, honestly. I do wanna add some of these squares back if possible. So I wanna add this one back, color dodge. We're just gonna make a bunch of stars now. It's gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna leave this also like unedited, so you can just like watch it in real time as I'm doing this. Because I love when you're patient and stuff with me. It's really nice. Some beans might get an aneurysm because I keep using like not the right key bindings and stuff, but it does not matter at all. We're gonna copy and paste this. And then we're gonna make this smaller, kind of like this. And then we're gonna save it like that. And then we're gonna copy it. And then we're gonna flip it horizontally, like this. Then we're gonna do the same thing. And then we're gonna maybe make like a border like this, you know. So we have like a small border. Here we have here. That you cannot see fully, but it's gonna look really good. Color dodge. Yeah, you can see like the border that we just made around it, which does look kind of cool. They do interfere a little bit though, but I do like how this already looks like a lot. So what else are we gonna do with this? To say is gonna be vibrance. We're gonna make it more vibrant. Gonna add, oh, okay, not, this saturation could kill it. Definitely gonna make it more vibrant though, because the more vibrant it looks just cooler. I feel like it looks very vibrant now. Now we can just maybe mess around with the color balance. Yeah, this does look really cool. Until we have something that we genuinely enjoy. Say we have something that like fits like a shoe, you know, like. Oh, that does look very cool. Yeah, that does look very, very cool. Okay, we have this now. I would just save it like this. And you could also add more stars over here if you want to, but I don't want to make this video too long because we've already been working on this for an hour now. This is like us working on this for an hour, and yeah, what have we come up with now? We have come up with something crazy, honestly. Like, it does look very good. We could be doing like another layer of a liquify, just so to make things look even more crazy. We could do something like this. I don't know. Something that makes it look really interesting. You can play with the sizes of the brush here. Then we have something like this. And we could add another bevel and emboss to this, because that might actually look really freaking cool. Okay. There's way too much of this right now. Way too much. Can we just make it... Okay, I guess we're not gonna make it like this. But this could be like another overlay on top of it. I don't know. We just have to see what we're gonna do with it. Definitely gonna remove it from most of the parts here. Maybe like just keep it at the top. So we have something going on at the top. This kind of does look really cool. Now we could add like a bevel to this. Which makes it look darker, but it also looks kind of nice. Make it like very faint. And make it look very mysterious as well at the top. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but that's gonna be it for now. So I really hope you did enjoy watching this video, because I don't want to keep gnawing your ears off with this. I just hope you really enjoy this, and we could see like what happens if we overexposure it. Oh shit, it does not look that good. But I think this looks actually really fine. I'm also gonna just save this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy watching this video. And my model just kept messing up. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you like this little experimenting session. Bye bye.